The last entrepreneur to take on the Dragons is former banker turned business journalist Patrick Tatham, who's hoping his travel product will be just the ticket for other high flyers.
There's nothing as exciting as setting up your own business. And I think when people see my product, their first instinct or feeling is one of disbelief.
Interesting. Tuka's in the clothing world.
Yeah.
I think Tuka would be the perfect investor in my business. He knows about the kind of customer that I'm going after. So I'd be well chuffed if he wanted to invest. Hi, my name is Patrick Tatham. My company is PLIQO London Limited, and I'm looking for £75,000 for 10% of my business. In this bag is everything I need for my cousin's wedding next weekend. There's a shirt, there's underwear and a tie, there's a wash kit, and most important, there's my jacket and trousers. What is the context? We all need to look our best from time to time. With a PLIQO bag, you need never travel in your suit again, no matter how light you're packing. And that's why I call it the smartest garment bag in the world. As it folds up, it keeps your formal wear in pristine condition, even on the longest journeys. We've been trading for 2 years, and in this time, we've sold over 2,000 bags and generated revenue of £250,000. Thank you very much for your time. And if any of you want to come up and have a look at how it works, please feel welcome.
Hoping the sky's the limit for his ultra-compact suit bag for business travellers is London-based entrepreneur Patrick Tatham.
So it starts by folding just like a conventional suit bag, really. And then, because the hanger has hinges in it, it folds over to be this super compact footprint.
Not some special non-crushable material, is it?
It's one of Tuka's, actually.
Good guy, good.
He's asking for £75,000 in return for a 10% equity stake in the company. Peter Jones is first to quiz the brains behind the bag.
Patrick, how long have you been going?
2 years.
And then your first year of sales?
In my haste to get this product to market and source the bags from China, I used crowdfunding. So in that year, we sold £154,000 worth.
OK.
And in the year just ending in March,
Yeah.
we sold £98,000.
And net profit, did you make any?
About 10.
Patrick?
Yes.
The crowdfund. How much profit did you generate from that?
So at the end of the campaign, we sort of broke even. The problem was that I spent way too much on digital marketing.
So, was it worth doing that? What did you get from that?
If I had the time again, I would not have done it.
I guess the worrying thing about that is actually your sales to date are 98,000, because when you've had to spend more money to gain a sale than you actually gain in terms of the sale, that isn't really a sale.
Deborah Meaden establishes that the costs of Patrick's crowdfunding completely cancelled out his first-year profits. Peter Jones now wants to find out how much cash the entrepreneur's suit bag concept has swallowed so far.
How did you start the business? You started it with how much capital, and where are you with that?
The initial investment was £40,000, but all told, my investment has been £120,000.
So right now, your business has debt of about 120 on the books.
It's not debt as such. I guess it is debt technically, but it's directors' loans.
It is debt on your books. I mean, it's money owed to you.
Yeah, but I mean, I would like to reassure you, I mean, if this is what you're looking for, that I'm not intending taking back those directors' loans anytime soon.
Sure, but you've got that debt on your book. And how much?
I'm sorry, I really don't think it's debt. It's
But it is debt. Directors' loans are debt. That is money sitting on the balance sheet as money owed to somebody.
I agree it's a liability. Anyway, let's not split hairs. It's definitely a liability, but...
Oh.
An awkward interaction as semantics threaten to spill over into a standoff between the entrepreneur and his interrogators. Tej Lalvani wants to find out the price tag Patrick's attached to his product.
How much are you selling it for and how much is it costing you?
So the landed cost of a bag is £55.
How much?
55.
£55?
Yes.
Landed cost?
That's, yes.
So I'm just looking for the gold lining.
And how much are you selling it for? About 100?
No, they retail for £160.
I look at the cost price. It looks totally out of proportion to what I think. That shouldn't cost more than $20, $25, in my view.
Oh.
I don't agree.
Sorry?
Whilst I appreciate what Tuka says, that you might be able to make this bag for $20, $25, you won't be able to make this bag for $25. I've had a good look at this. I would pay a premium for the quality in this bag here. I do believe you have really solved a problem.
A first world problem, maybe, but thank you.
Very true. What I would really like to understand then is, what does best case scenario look like a few years down the line for you?
So our forecast for sales this year is 140,000, and it is potentially a market worth £100 or £200 million globally a year. And I think 5 to 10 million sales in some number of years' time is not absurd.
An entrepreneur predicting multi-million-pound sales is meat and drink to a dragon, and Sarah Davies seems satisfied by the scale of Patrick's future ambition. But on the other side of the den, it appears Peter Jones has a surprising revelation to make.
I'm going to do a Tuka on you.
Oh, really?
I'm involved in this market. I am an investor in a company called Truly. I was actually involved in creating the Truly Weekender bag. I think because it'd be such a competing product, sadly, I'm not going to invest. I'm out.
A possible conflict of interest sees Peter Jones end his interest, and he becomes the first dragon out. And it appears Tej Lalvani has some concerns about Patrick's conservative projections for the year ahead.
So you plan to do £140,000 in sales this year.
Yeah.
Why not more?
I'm essentially running this business by myself, and I don't want to expand more quickly than I have the resources to support.
Although that hasn't stopped your valuation from being sky high. As an investor, I'd like to see a bit more growth in this business. So on that basis, I'm going to say good luck, but I'm out.
I'm afraid I totally agree with Tej. You've got a valuation of £750,000, and that valuation is way, way too risky. So I won't be investing. I'm out.
Having already clashed with Patrick about his figures, Deborah Meaden can't see past his valuation and ends her interest. But it seems the entrepreneur's favoured dragon, Tuka Suleiman, might have a different take on the trade he's done so far.
You've turned over 100,000. You've demonstrated that there's a business there. And I'm just thinking to myself, I can add a certain value. The question is, how big can it get? So in the next 3 or 4 years, how does that look?
So from 140 to 225, from 225 to 365.
Right. You're a long way off doing £1 million. And I can't work 5 years to get my money back. So on that basis, I'm not going to invest and I'm out.
Tuka Suleiman thinks Patrick's business journey is just too long haul and disembarks. Only Sarah Davies remains. But has she seen a possibility to push Patrick's product in an area she's very familiar with?
Do you know where I think this would sell really, really well? On QVC.
Okay, quite possibly.
I think it could do really well on shopping channels all over the world. And I'm sure we could get a slot.
Perfect.
I think you're very investable,
Thank you.
but the valuation is nowhere in the realms of what you talked about. For 75,000, I think we should be looking at about half your business. So I would be willing to offer you all of the money for 50% of your business, dropping to 35% when you return me my investment.
Patrick has bagged himself an offer as Sarah Davies proposes a 50-50 partnership. But even by dropping to 35% if her money is paid back, she's still asking for substantially more of his company than the 10% the entrepreneur is willing to hand over.
I mean, I don't think I'd be a very good businessman if I accepted your offer on the face of it. I absolutely understand what all of you are saying about 750,000. That was quite highball. But I think where you're coming in, which is 150,000, is too lowball, really.
It's 15 times profit, which is a great valuation in my book. You're allowed to make me a counter offer.
Sure. It's okay. Do you know what? I think we're too far apart. I don't want to waste everyone's time haggling and not get anywhere.
You should make a counter offer, Patrick.
I beg your pardon?
You should make an offer that it could be your last chance.
Your offer really doesn't reflect the value of the business and its growth potential.
I'm basing my offer on the value I think I will add to your business. I'm interested in growing the sales to $1 million next year, and then 2 or 3 million a couple of years after that. So I'm basing my offer on my value.
Thank you very much for your offer, Sarah. But I'm sorry, I think I would forever be resentful for accepting that valuation. I think we're done. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, so I'm out.
Patrick, good luck.
Thank you.
In a seldom seen resolution, the entrepreneur chooses not to make a counter-offer and declines a deal. He leaves the den with nothing and the dragons in disbelief.
What? I think we were just so far apart. I don't think we were ever going to get agreement.
I cannot believe that.
I think you dodged a bullet there.
There's a saying, isn't there? You've got to be yourself, everyone else is taken. And I'm leaving with my gut, saying I made the right call.
Well, it takes a lot of courage for an entrepreneur to come into the den, perhaps even more to leave the den rejecting £75,000 of investment. But that's business. A dragon can only make an offer. It takes two to make a deal.